Morning, everybody. How's the world treating you today? Today it's in the high 20s. Last I looked, maybe about 27. Might be a little higher than that now that the sun's up a little. It's up, but it's cloudy. But supposed to get up into the higher temperatures later today. Just going to do a quick little how-to video, which I hardly ever do, but I'm going to do so today. I've got a fan, an electric fan. This is my 92 Jeep Cherokee, and you'll notice it has two fans. It has one over there that works off the water pump pulley the same way as a Chevy would, and then it has this auxiliary fan, which is an electric fan. Now in this case, they've wired a hot wire here on the dash so that they can turn that fan on, but it's not working. I wanted to know, first of all, whether or not the fan would work. The way I determine that is with a light tester, and I use this more than in fact, someone gave me one of those electronic gauge testing thingies, and I almost never use it. I've only ever used this, which basically the way this works is you take the little alligator clip and you attach it to the negative side of the battery. Now the negative side is the side that'll have a minus on it somewhere. The positive side will have a plus. You can probably see the plus. I can't see the minus. But generally, if it's wired right, the positive side will have red wires coming out of it, and there'll be one that runs down toward the starter. The negative side will have black wires coming out of it, and it is grounded to the body of the vehicle. You'll see this wire here comes out of that battery post and goes right to the vehicle right there and bolts into the side of it. So I know that's the positive side. What I do is I attach my little alligator clip to the positive side of the battery. I take my tester light and I touch it. No, let me say that over. I attach my alligator clip to the negative side of the battery, and then I take my little pointy tip of my light and I touch it to the positive side, and it lights up. You see that? Now, step two. I want to test this over here, because this, I've already determined, is the negative side of the wire that leads to that motor, and this is the positive side. So theoretically, if I want to know if this motor works or not, do that again. That's the negative side, that's the positive side. And I found that by following this red wire. See this red wire that runs back into the firewall? Well, that goes all the way up to that switch I showed you earlier. And the other side, and here's the switch right down here, runs over here and attaches to the body. And that body side right there goes right here, which goes right there. So that tells me that this is going to be the negative, this is going to be the positive. So what I want to do is, I've already determined that this wire that I have over here is negative, and it's, in this particular case, it's a copper colored wire, and this wire is positive, and I only know because I can see right where it connects. In this case, it's an aluminum colored wire. Now, just for good measure, I'm going to put this tester switch, I'm going to ground it to the negative, and I'm going to touch the positive. You should be seeing that light come on. So I know that this is the same as the battery over there. Now, if I touch this to the negative side of that heater and this to the positive side heater to that fan should run if the fan itself is good. So what I'm testing here is not the wiring to the fan. I'm testing to see if the fan motor itself will run. And I'm trying to prop it all up where you can see this. So once again, this copper colored side is the negative, so I'm going to touch it down in here to that, and when I touch the positive side to the other side right there, y'all hear that? So now I've determined that the fan is good, which is good. That means I don't have to go buy a new fan. And probably what I need to do is, if this wire that runs under here to this switch is not working, it may have blown a fuse. But a way to test that is the same way that we tested the other wire a while ago. If I attach the the alligator clips to the ground, which I'm doing. I'm hooking them right here to the body. And then I touch them to this switch, which is where they run to. And I reach inside here and I touch that pole. That should be lighting up, and it's not. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna flip that switch from inside. Okay, I just flipped that switch from inside, and it is still not lighting up. Now, so I can ask myself, where am I losing the power at? Is it the wire itself, or is it in this switch? Because this goes into that plug with one of these funky little squeeze together clampy things, and that could be my problem. Before I go there though and start unwiring that, I can also go up underneath here to where this plug itself is. I should be able to untape all of this and literally touch the two sides of this thing. Let me play with that a little bit.